Okay, the left and right hand coordination exercise down the bottom of the page, lines 7 and 8. Now what it is we've got a constant down-up motion on the single strings, but what I'm going to do also is move, I've got my third finger on the third fret of the first string, second finger on the second fret, first finger on the first fret, and then open. Alright, the pick direction here is constant down up, and there's also an accent on the first beat of every 4 notes. 1 and 2 and 1 and of course I'm tapping my foot on that first beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Alright, did you notice I got slightly out of time that last run there? That's the idea, that once you actually get really good at this, you'll actually feel every time you get slightly off the beat. And it's, I did that deliberately just to see if you were listening. Oh yes, Kevin. Anyhow, that's the point of this thing. So this exercise here, it's a simple thing. So the only reason I've got, you know, just 3 2 0, 3 2 1 0 is so you don't have to think about this pattern once you've got the idea. And you can concentrate on making sure your rhythm's good. You know, you could play scales using this or any tune you know, like Blackberry Blossom. So notice it's got that pulse on the, you know, the first beat of each 4 bars of notes. I've got da 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 da. So I'm getting a swing into the music, which makes it more interesting in my, you know, way. Listen carefully to different styles though, because they have different accents on things, and that's the point. But for most flat picking stuff there, you'll feel that certain beats 1 and 3 is where you push on to drive the music along. So what happens here is I do that, move to the next string. Make sure your hand keeps going constantly down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's not the only way to play the music. Bill Monroe certainly played with a lot more downs than anything, except for tremolo of course, but he was sort of playing blues, you know, in lots of ways. So when you're playing blues, you can drive more using downstrokes. It's a different style. This is a good basis for your flat picking though. You can always go into other styles. You know, Larry Sparks and guys like this, you know, did lots of things like where they're driving on downbeats, but it's a different style. Playing that sort of blues, yes, you know, it's certainly downbeats. Some of the cross-picking patterns are down, down, up, 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 down. There's all different patterns like that. There's a basic rule for flat picking for someone learning or intermediate. Make sure your down-ups are correct for the start, then start experimenting with other picking patterns and things like this, because then your rhythm's going to be very accurate. Alright, we'll just do this exercise. Just remember, constant down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the basic exercise. It's very good for getting your left hand to move, you know, in the first position on all them strings, and also making sure your right hand and your left hand work together. And yet, like when I move these fingers, they get there at the right, the pick and the fingers hit the note at the right time. And try and get them clear so your fingers are close to the frets and the note's clear. You can play that exercise exactly as it is or make up your own variations on that. It's not important as long as you keep your pick direction going right and everything like that. Stop on one string. Go back the other way. The main thing is make sure it stays with some sort of rhythm. That was going pretty fast, and practice it slowly first, and then, you know, take it fast, because at some stage you're going to get in a jam session where you're going to have to play fast, and you'll need that skill. That's really skipping it like dit, 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 dit. You know, probably a lot too much accent, but it's just to sort of show you the effect. Sometimes you'd ease that right off and almost have no excess, and some of the straight bluegrass, it might not even have that, you know, that accent at all. But it's starting to sound a bit like Flight of the Bumblebee there, but yeah. Anyhow, I think that's giving you a pretty good idea. I will play these exercises, especially the first rhythms, all as one pattern. The rest, I think you've got an idea. But the first 5 lines there, I'll do some single string stuff with the patterns, and lots of this rhythm, so you can play along with me. And if you can, you know, play at least them first 4 lines, and do it on the single strings also, your right hand will be set up to take on any tune you wish. And it'll make your life a lot easier. You won't have to be thinking about your right hand. You can concentrate on, you know, what notes you're going to play with your left hand. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this, and it's free. I'm not putting any charges on any of this. The one thing I would ask is if you have got a lot of value out of this and you think it's a very worthwhile thing, and you know, you're in a position where you might want to make a donation to a charity, make a donation to the charity. And if you could send me a copy of the receipt, we might keep a collection of how much money people, you know, this video raises, and some of the ones coming up, and we can sort of have a guitar picking thing. I'll put the amounts up online, and maybe show how much money guitar pickers have raised for different charities around the world, and whatever. You know, this might be a nice thing to do, and convince people that all us guitar pickers are benevolent. Or malevolent, one of those words. I'm not sure which one means what. But anyhow, pick nice and clean, and the main thing is have a lot of fun, and I hope to see you around somewhere. If you wish to contact me, it's on the start of the video and the end, AppalachianKevin@gmail.com. I'm very happy to answer any questions, and if you want the tablatures that go along with this, same thing, just email me and request them, and I'll send them out to you. If it's not there within a week or so, don't panic, I might be away or something, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, thanks for listening.